Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Browns post-game show. Just another loss, but not really, in my mind, just another loss. This is the perfect illustration of why Kevin Stefanski has to go away, and for good, and from Cleveland. He'll get a job somewhere else, but not anywhere near Cleveland. He should be chased out of town with clubs. This would be how some fans would look at this. Not me, mind you. This would be some fans. I knew Sanders wasn't going to make any difference, but at least he has a better arm. All right. Here's what I will tell you, and to anyone who feels this way, let me shoot it down with just one simple argument. Ready? Here it comes. He never took a snap with the players he was on the field with. Never. Weeks ago, I told every one of you the way that the Browns needed to proceed was to stick with Gabriel, but start working in first-team reps with Shedeur. And the reason I said this is because Dylan is a midget and he won't physically hold up, and, he's slow of foot and he can easily be dragged to the ground and hurt. Well, that's what happened today. A head injury. And instead of doing what I would have done, and I've never coached a football game in my life, but I've run a lot of successful businesses, he went in unprepared. I would fire Kevin Stefanski right after this game. I would take no time to think about it because he took a course of action that doesn't make sense. You stop and you think about it and you say, well, what did you expect him to do? Is that the circumstances that you would want your guy to come into the game with? I mean, not me. Would it have been easy to start about with 25% of the reps, as I suggested? Obviously not to Kevin. He would have been up to probably half the snaps in practice, and he would have at least had some experience with the playbook, some experience with the timing of the receivers. Instead, nothing. He had no help whatsoever. Kevin Stefanski, through this entire situation, has assured Shedeur to fail. And he again got his way. He loves losing games as long as he does it my way. That's all he cares about. So that's the reason that's a totally invalid point of view. Now, let me tell you what I saw with Shedeur. First of all, we know that you can't hold on to the ball in the NFL, and you cannot simulate the speed of an NFL game. And it's bad enough in the preseason, and we always, at least I always argue, that in the preseason it doesn't mean anything because the game's being played at half speed. And then all of a sudden, somebody like DTR, who would look good in the preseason, would come into the regular season and he would just be frightened to death. Can you imagine coming into a game like this against a desperate team like the Ravens with the pass rush that they have and not have any experience whatsoever and playing with strangers at a speed you've never played at before? I don't know what y'all were expecting. I'm going to bring David Talevsky in here, and I'm going to bring Tony the Calf in here as well.
Man.
Hi, guys.
This new broadcast room is tripping me out, man. A double move head here.
What? You're
in the StreamYard, it shows the mobile the mobile broadcast
Now it
and your
doesn't.
broadcast.
It shows both versions, man.
Yeah, there's two
Definitely.
moo heads in the StreamYard right now.
I can send you a screenshot if you
Yeah.
want.
No, I just said show the preview, and it's not showing the preview anymore. So you're
No, I
still
still-
seeing two.
I still
Yeah,
see
we
two of
see-
you.
Yeah, well,
there's two
in that
moos.
case, I mean, and now
Double
you
the
still
moo
see
head,
two.
double your fun. Wait, I don't know.
There's two moo heads in one.
Well, that's a fault of StreamYard, not me, because when I hit the hide vertical like that,
Yeah, blame your tools. We know.
it's not me. I'm just doing what it says to do, and it's not correct. As far as so, he didn't even get the chance to play at the slower speed in the preseason. Basically, he had no opportunities from the regular season moving forward, and this is a guaranteed failure. That's the first thing. The second thing I noticed was I do agree that Sanders has a better arm than Dylan Gabriel, but my God, an amputee has a better arm than Dylan Gabriel. Let's be clear about that.
Has a better arm. Yeah.
The other thing was that he had an opportunity to tie the game up. Larvidan needs to be stronger because the defensive guy was stronger and fought the ball away from him. And a more physical.
That was a veteran defensive back too.
Yeah, and a stronger, bigger, more well-developed a wide receiver, which we refuse to draft, by the way, may have had an opportunity to make a game-tying or conceivably a game-winning catch in that situation, and that didn't help. The next thing about Shedeur is he made a couple of very ill-advised throws, and when under pressure, you don't want to take a sack, but you're not going to prolong a play when the team is literally running a huge number of people at you. And if you don't find somebody open, you got to throw the ball away. And again, any quarterback would be faced with this situation because the offense doesn't get anybody open, and that's Kevin Stefanski again, all over again. That's the fingerprint of this offense is that people don't get open. All right. So that works against Shedeur in that situation as well. He wasn't prepared to play because nobody gave him a chance to be prepared to play. So then there's the third thing. And I want to point this out because of what's happening in the world of sports. This game was fixed. Just as sure as I'm watching with my own eyes, I have no trust in the NFL. There were no flags until suddenly at the end of the game.
Yep.
And it was like, no, that's what the guy at the end zone called. That ball, his foot, I think it was touched the end zone line. I think. Yeah, well, that can't be verified. And go Ravens. Everything after that point, every call went with the Ravens. Wyatt Teller was furious at the end of the game because somebody.
Yeah, what was that about?
Illegal hands to the face. And it was obvious this is what happened right in front of the referee. Yeah. Nothing.
Nearly broke his neck, I think.
2 flags thrown against the Browns when they needed to get field position. The first one was thrown before anything happens so that just to make sure that there's going to be a flag on the play and the Browns will be marching back 10 or 15 yards. And then a second flag just to make sure that that one doesn't get overruled for any reason, to make sure the Browns start 10 or 15 yards behind. There was none of that in the beginning of the game. For 3/4 of the game, there was never any of that. Then all of a sudden, there it is. And it always goes in the favor of the same teams. I don't trust professional sports. I don't trust it at all. I think that who wins these games and who loses these games is far less important than who makes money and who doesn't. And I will go to my grave believing this. And now with the NBA finding out that teammates of LeBron James were giving information to gamblers about whether LeBron was going to play or not in Los Angeles with the Lakers. You already saw that his buddy with the Cavs, he's already been busted.
Raymond Jones. Yeah.
That's right. And there's a bunch of people who are LeBron inside people who were making money on the side. And if they found out that he wasn't going to play, the Lakers playing without LeBron is like a day without sunshine. And so now this is coming to the fore.
Well, that Steelers-Bengals game was absolutely shocking refereeing throughout the entire game. There might have been 12 penalties, and Gene Steratore ended up not being able to say anything because every single call was wrong. he just like shut up at one point, you know?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Fannin dropped the ball he should have caught. And there's, I'm not saying that life is easy, but you're paid to do something. You got to do something. And
Chiefs just lost.
Big Lurker UK, you got there late, but you got to see all the bad stuff at once. And that's exactly right, Keith. There will never be an explanation to me that justifies Kevin Stefanski still having a job in Cleveland. Because he is the backup. He should have had first team reps, and they should have been able to ascertain that this situation would arise when you're playing a midget at the
common sense. That quarterback run play is the play that killed Dylan Gabriel, and you could see it that he was like dazed after that.
Hammer time, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm on a new computer, and I'm trying. Yeah, so I don't have the camera working or whatever. I don't know what the hell's going on. And it's a nice new computer too.
Sounds
and Robert, I agree with you here. You gotta have the goods with the arm first. I mean, let's be honest. A junk ball pitcher in AAA baseball ain't going to make it to the major leagues with his off-speed pitch or his changeup. They're looking for somebody who has real arm talent and can throw hard and has a secondary pitch. In the NFL, if you don't have the requisite strength and arm to throw across the field, then it's ridiculous. The completion that Shedeur Sanders threw over the middle was thrown better than any ball that Dylan Gabriel has thrown in all the games he's played here to this point. He has a better arm. However, he's running unfamiliar plays, and they never ran the football as soon as he came into the game.
No, they loaded the box, and they weren't going to let him get any kind of a thing. I will say this in defense of Dylan Gabriel. He probably threw the best pass he's thrown this entire season.
Yeah.
The one play where he kind of fed it in between three different guys. But that's one pass out of 6 games.
That might be dumb luck. That's right. And, and I'm not going to, wait, I really wanted to do this, Fuck you.
You want to worry about the fact your quarterback doesn't have it no more, buddy.
Yeah, well, he's washed up. He's afraid to run the ball now. Overrated.
Well, they don't need him to run when they got Mark Andrews going for 32 yards on 4.
On a fake tush push.
Outcoached.
I petition Mark Andrews to take ownership stake in the Browns. He's always kicked our ass every time we've ever played him. They don't stop him. They never will.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that call.
It reminded me of that John Riggins 4th down play all those years ago when Riggins broke free and rumbled in for 40 yards. I think that might have been a playoff game or the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the defense was.
Go ahead.
The defense was not that great today.
Well, look,
they were okay.
Yeah, I don't know what. There's something about
you had a pick six.
The lenses in Brown's fans' glasses that make them say odd things like that. And, I'm not going to sit here and get overly excited about Shedeur because he's got to have reps. You just can't.
Well, he's gonna get them this week.
Well,
we don't know that.
It's going to be Bailey's happy. How do you know?
Exactly.
How do you know that?
That's true.
I mean, there is nothing that anyone could know because Kevin Stefanski is the guy calling the shots. And a lot of this shit just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Unless you're trying to lose.
And here's the other thing. We've got some players. Schwesinger's a player.
Oh.
He is a player. I mean, this guy is really going to be, he's already good. He's going to be very, very good.
You guys watch Clay Matthews. Is there a lot of similarity between him and Clay Matthews?
Schlesinger covers the field way better. That's right. I would say Schlesinger's weakness right now is just he's not played at this level. And so sometimes he will overcommit in one direction and overrun them. But
he's God damn it, he's like the best.
But that's exactly the same person who I was thinking of watching him was the impact he has on the defense is similar to Clay.
That's a fair comment.
Yeah.
And this I will agree with. I mean, you can hit Shedeur in the side of the head in front of the referees, and it's nothing. I'm telling you, down the stretch, the gambling people won.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that. You're a 2-win team, and they're a more successful franchise. You're not going to get those calls.
I don't know what that means. I mean, that's like acquiescing and accepting the corruption and all this. That doesn't make any sense to me.
The superstar factor, right? It's just like the NBA. If Donovan Mitchell goes underneath the basket for a thing, there's a more likelihood that he's going to get a foul call rather than Sam Merrill.
Tyson.
You know what I mean?
But the point about this game is that nobody was fucking watching it. Everybody was watching Denver and Kansas City.
Yeah, which was a damn good game, by the way. It just ended.
What had the footprint of this Browns game? Cleveland and fucking Baltimore, and that's it?
Oh, I'm sure that was it.
Yeah, and Judkins never saw the ball. The second Shedeur came out of the field, there was no real attempt at asserting ourselves with a balanced attack.
Well, I want to comment about Judkins because that one drive where he had like 3 reasonably long runs and then he got taken out. He was fucking pissed off about being taken out of the lineup. And then they brought in the other guy, Sampson, and then he had a decent run. But imagine if that had been Judkins on that play running that. He probably would have fucking scored and we win the game.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't have seen Ford on the field when it mattered. Again, this is just
we're not trying to win. We're not fucking trying to win.
Oh, and did you hear Jack Conklin actually left the game at some point in time as well? Surprise.
Yep.
Water is wet. The sky is blue. Yeah.
I mean, when Cam Robinson left the field, I was like, thank you, God. I mean, get that guy off the field. Then I realized Leviston was in the game.
Yeah, we might as well have the State Farm school crossing guy in there. He would be fucking better holding up a little stop sign saying, don't hit our quarterback.
There was an Olay play in there, yeah. Or two.
Yeah. And, so people are going to talk about the whole Shedeur thing, but this is always and always has been a team game. And as literally, as everything's gone with Kevin Stefanski, when they lined up in a situation with Andrews taking a snap in a short yardage situation, and they had run a play the week before in which he handed the ball off.
The radio guys were talking about that specifically. They said he pitched the ball Be prepared for that, for something tricky.
Yep. And Stefanski and Schwartz were just sitting there jerking off. And again, and did you see the laughter in the booth of the Ravens guy? He's sitting next to the Monken.
Todd fucking Monken.
Todd Monken. It wasn't good enough for us, but what the hell?
Georgia.
He's like, we just pulled this on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say though that Mark Andrews is probably a future Hall of Famer, so it's not.
Well, we deserve to lose this game, and can anybody deny that?
Well, we have to know, Robert. We have to know, and the odds that Shedeur is the guy would be infinitesimal because Cleveland hasn't drafted the guy. I hate saying this.
40 fucking years we haven't drafted the guy.
I hate to say this.
Yeah, I know.
I hate to say this, but Bernie Kosar is probably not going to live to see it either.
Well,
and that will tell you how long it's been since we had any hoopla at the quarterback position in Cleveland.
No, Brian Hoyer. Come on.
What'd you say?
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Garcia.
Derek Anderson. Come on. How can you forget this?
Jake Delhomme.
Yeah, well, the fact is Sanders is a gamer, but if he's a gamer like this without a running game and they're going to keep calling drop back passes, which they had to do because they weren't giving him any reps with the first team. And the first team doesn't do drop back passes because I can't see. So what are you going to do when you have a midget for a quarterback? Exactly what the Browns do. You let the little guy go back 3 steps and go and throw the ball 5 yards or less. And then all of a sudden you put another guy in and it's like, well, you got to go downfield with it. Unbelievable. Did I have more faith in one than the other? I just got to know. As a business owner, I just got to know. I want to see both, and I want to see how they both react, but they have to be under similar circumstances. Give Shedeur 100% of the first team reps and let him play all the games, same number of games that Dylan Gabriel's played, and then I'll have an answer for you. But it can't be lopsided, and you can't put him in and just say, just go back there and they're going to have a full front. You just got to just go at it, son. That doesn't make any sense, that it's not going to show anything but the worst in a player.
Well, we knew with this team that at some point in time with that offensive line that Dylan Gabriel was going to get hurt, and they were going to have to play another quarterback at some point in time. It just was a matter of when, and
Yeah, it was like November had to be the odds-on favorite for it to happen.
I'm sure if we asked Emmanuel Classe, he would be able to help us out with the what the odds were on that one. Maybe by the way, I hate to digress, but I don't know that. Oh, actually, I can be on tomorrow. But did you see that somebody asked Chris Antonetti about that? And his comment was, you did notice that we actually played better after those two guys left, right?
Just saying. Gotta say something. And that still doesn't explain why.
Better.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't answer why the bats get knocked out of all of their hitters' hands. It doesn't address the main problem. And that's the thing. We get nothing but excuses, but we got to be better. We got to draft better. We got to fuck better. We got to come better. We got to, whatever the hell it is. That's what we keep getting it over and over again. And nobody wants to stand up and take responsibility. And the defense was legit, but how much and how often can you keep sending them out there? And the thing that it makes no sense. The Browns stopping running the ball. Not even trying for balance. It doesn't make
I think
sense.
there was after Shador came in, there was one play when they ran it, and Judkins did get off a big gain. But the problem is consistently when they don't get the holes open the way they want to, they back off and they just give up on it.
Kevin Stefanski just said that Shador will start versus the Raiders if Dylan Gabriel doesn't pass concussion protocol.
Yeah, well, can somebody get a frying pan and hit the little midget over the head? God, enough. But, again, I think that the defense did what it had to do. It got turnovers. But, there's no excuse to stop running the ball. And if the reason that we're going to get is, well, Shador's only comfortable in, the deep snap, the scenario, that's because you didn't give him any fucking reps with the first team in the system that you're running. That's not Shador's fault.
Yeah,
that's Kevin Stefanski's fault.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Haslam's fault. It's Andrew Berry's fault. But it's not the guy out there who's taking the punishment. My goodness. It can't be like that.
I do want to. One name we haven't brought up today is Bubba Ventrone, and after last week, he was definitely brought up a lot, thrown up a lot as more. But I mean, the muffed ball, the high kick into the air. I don't know if that was a planned thing or just happened to work that way because of the short field into the dog pound, and it. We end up with the muff punt and recovering, which was a nice play. They were kind of get on the case of the players with the ball. The one there, they end up having the touchback right on the goal line, right? And they were saying, they shouldn't have touched it. They shouldn't have touched it. Well, let's put it in perspective of a football player. You're barreling down the field, full blast.
Yep.
Trying to get down there and save that ball. The first guy tips it back out. Do you really think, with the exception of Travion Henderson last week, where he kind of looked over to the bench deciding whether or not he was going to kneel down or score, with that one exception, do you really think they have that in them to make that conscious decision to go, oh, I should try to kill this ball, or we think it's dead? I don't, I just want I kind of want to give the guys a little break on it, because I mean, I'm
not going to give any discredit to the fact is the guy who saved it first made an incredible play.
Yeah, that
was unbelievable. And if that ball and it's wobbling around, and if you just let it roll and it rolls in, then you're going to take shit for that. And the fact that there was nothing conclusive on the replay, but the referee goes for the Ravens first every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
What you're saying is that on 50-50 calls, it always goes against us.
Yep. And it always will, as long as Jimmy Haslam's there. That's right.
That's sort of a British use. It's you call plays that are really tight 50-50 calls. If you don't win any of them, then something's up.
And Bozo Vinny, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't understand it. I mean, football is based on balance, but obviously they don't have many running plays that they prepared because they thought that the midget was Iron Man and that he would never get hurt. And so they had nothing in the playbook that said, well, what kind of a running game do we have? What plays are we going to call, from the shotgun formation? They had nothing. So they weren't prepared. And that's nothing new.
You know what it looked like to me? It looked like they dug out the Deshaun Watson playbook when they brought in Shador. It was like
that might be exactly what they did.
I think that's what it looked like to me, that they were giving him his plays. It was just awful. But anyway.
Yeah, and this is thank you, Tony, for and Big Lurker UK. And if he clears, Gabriel will start. And if he can't, he'll start. And if he dies, he'll start. So
don't wheel him out there.
Yeah.
Weekend at Dylan's. But anyway.
And
Yep.
Here, Keith and I are going to agree, and a lot of times Keith and I don't agree here. But at this point, you got to know. You got to give them a game plan, and you have to be utilizing the part of the playbook that incorporates the shotgun formation and how to use the running game and the passing game that way. And knowing that you can't keep putting them into 3rd and long situations when teams will blitz the hell out of them, you got to give them a chance to succeed. And, but that's not what Kevin Stefanski wants. Kevin Stefanski is giving the little, Ivy League handshake to Andrew Berry, and Jimmy Haslam's going, woo, what in the fuck is that? Where I come from, we just pick our nose. Woohoo!
Don't discount picking your nose, just saying.
Yeah.
Just don't pick your other. You can pick your nose and pick your friends, but don't pick your friend's nose.
Yes, thank you.
And you know what? The TV footprint for next week will probably just be like Las Vegas, Sacramento, and Cleveland again. Because again, it's a late window. It's a 9:25 game again. Or
when do the Niners play?
4. We won't be the national game at 9.
No, so that's what I'm thinking. You might get the Bay Area too.
What game are you
off
talking about here? I'm sorry.
We're playing the Las
week.
Vegas Raiders, in the late game. The same time as this game was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Can't wait.
So I'm just thinking of how tiny the TV footprint will be for that. But anyway.
Well, you got to remember, Keith, and now we're going to disagree. If you had Marty Schottenheimer as your offensive wizard, why do you think Bernie's shot now? You can look right at Marty and say, we never had any imagination in that offense whatsoever.
Yeah, but one thing they did do was run the damn football.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And you have to have, especially in the situation we're in, you have to have balance. The problem is we let all of our offensive linemen are either like Leviston and who are incompetent, or they are
old
anachronisms. Yeah, they're just defunct with age. Yep. And we're gonna be arguing this on one side and this on the other side, but Sanders, I would like to see every viewer of this program pick up a baseball bat and walk up to home plate against a pitcher who throws 85 miles an hour.
You wouldn't hit it.
And watch you pee your fucking pants.
Can it just be fastballs, or are they allowed to throw breaking pitches?
Oh, God forbid. A goddamn curveball, and people will be diving to the ground, honestly. You don't have any idea of just how difficult it is. And I think fans watch on TV and they point to their screen and going, that guy's open. Yeah, but if a 300-pound monster is going to rip your head off, and the referee saying, yes, you can hit him in the head, you can do whatever you want, and yes, you can target Nick Chubb's knee, you can do whatever you want, then there you have it. I don't think that the only way that you learn to process is by learning the playbook. And if they're not letting you really do that with first team reps, then you're not going to be able to process anything. And it's, what do they call it? A self-fulfilling prophecy.
Well, self-sabotage is what it is. But anyway.
And then, here's this again. Well, some good stuff out there on that football field. Not you, unless you took it before the game, some of that good stuff. But we got to close these games out and have a win with those. You're not going to get a win in that situation. You can't.
Oh, man.
I wish that they'd find him hanging, just literally Robin Williams himself. You know,
At this point, I'd say even Zach Taylor is a better coach than Stefanski.
Yes.
And he is goddamn awful.
Awful.
I watched that Bengals Steelers game. I don't know why. That's probably why I'm pissed off.
The answer, Rick, is because the other team makes adjustments. And when you make adjustments, that would put you one step ahead of Stefanski and the Browns. That's the answer to that question.
Well,
Yeah.
they killed us in yardage. I mean, I don't know what the final yardage totals were.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think they doubled our yards.
Yeah. And honestly, Lamar Jackson sucks. He's so overrated.
Yeah, he's
so overrated. My goodness.
Cam Ward might be better.
Yeah, and the fact Kevin Stefanski confirmed that the second half of today's game was Shadur's first snaps. Of course, he knows that. I mean, he's the one who caused that. It's just incompetence up and down. Honestly, who is Quincy Carrier?
He does a podcast. I think he does a live game watch, doesn't he?
I don't know him.
I think I've seen his name.
Yeah,
I've heard of the name. I've never seen him. I'll have to look him up.
A YouTube watch. Watch with Quincy. Watch the game.
Yeah.
I think that's him.
You would no, I would not want my blood pressure that high to be doing that again. I did that all the way back in the early 2000s, and it's like watch a game with a cow, and that that didn't go over.
Yeah,
very
that was
well.
like 2007 or whatever.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Whatever it was, I've lost track.
Romeo Crennel area,
and you say that, Keith. But like John Wetton sang, it was the heat of the moment.
Wow, Asia.
Telling which way the ball roll. Yeah, you got to guess that? If you let that roll and it rolls in, then you're going to take the other tact. You can't lose, can you, Keith? And he wasn't in the end zone anyway. Hello, McFly.
I don't know. Well, how many other true Browns fans do you actually know that do stuff online?
That most of the people are paid people who, basically, I'm surprised that Mary Kay Cabot actually does some of those videos, because I would think she has lockjaw from having dicks in her mouth. Yeah. Look, the bottom line is that if you're being paid by the organization in any way, shape, or form, you're not unbiased. And the same thing is true is if you're being a social influencer and you're just trying to say, well, I mean, Donald Trump just, his spiritual leader was just dragged away for raping a 12-year-old girl or whatever it is, then you're not really doing anything except you're being funded by people who want you to say that. Now, I don't know what I'm going to say before I go on the air. This is completely impromptu. I want the Browns to win. I knew they would not win. I didn't think it would be this close, quite honestly, but I didn't know there would be gusts of 35-mile-an-hour winds either. So, what you get from me is what you get. And then on tomorrow's program, it'll be a little bit more sensible because I'll have time to have thought about it. And maybe it would be something I see in the game that I watched, and maybe I can see what Wyatt Teller was screaming about, and if it happened right in front of the referee and what it was. I can't, because I did not see. It was not within the camera frame for me to see that. Whatever it was, it surely made Wyatt Teller very, very angry. And as far as, he was a sitting duck. He was hanging in the pocket too long, and the thing I don't understand is Dylan Gabriel's plays last 1.4 seconds. You think, and it's gone. And it's into the ground, spiking. And, Shadur's like, lazing on a Sunday afternoon. It's like, there's got to be some in between here.
There should be a new penalty for Dylan Gabriel. They could call it unintentional grounding.
God.
In terms of like other fans on YouTube, though, like, well, you were probably the second like Browns fan I discovered, at least on YouTube. There was another one, and he still posts. You probably haven't heard of him, but he went by the name of El Presidor. He still actually posts.
Who, El Presidente? That's
No,
one guy.
he's this bald guy. He's this bald guy from Youngstown. There's another Browns fan. Yes.
That narrows it down. Bald guy from Youngstown.
You'd be bald if you were from Youngstown, too.
That's Kelly Pavlik, isn't it?
Yeah, it happens to all of them eventually. You know, Ray Mancini got the fuck out of there, and he's still got a head of hair.
Okay, now. I mean, that's the sort of place that people from Parma make fun of, you know? But anyway.
Yeah, and this is the comment from Michigan haters. We know how that goes. How you doing, Art Jones? How's life? And how's your mom out at Red
Really
Lobster?
wrong, though.
Yeah. When you talk about worse, and those two players are the comparison, it's a sorrowful thing. A very
You're throwing
sorrowful.
interceptions on a team with Justin Jefferson.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, and this is really the most balanced of all. A guy who calls himself Bozo, and quite honestly, yeah, if the O-line is just masturbating at the time of the snap, and the wide receivers can't catch the ball, yeah,
Or get open.
Yeah, that is predictable. And that's the other thing. Kozar was allowed to audibilize, but
Yeah,
of
he was
course,
trusted. He was a trusted quarterback.
And not only that, but I'm convinced that Kevin Stefanski doesn't believe that Shedeur Sanders could speak English. That's what I think.
I mean, seriously, back in the day, though, wouldn't you take Bernie Kosar's knowledge of the game over almost everyone in the NFL that's currently playing?
Yeah, he just had everything against him because he was so slow of foot and gangly.
Yeah, I mean, he could throw a deep pass and knew where to do it. He knew what to do. He couldn't do it, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
watch those tapes, and he still managed to do stuff. Now, granted, he had some just tremendous wide receivers, and Ozzie Newsome. So
he played in a day and an age where he could at least get away with that. But again, the speed of everything has increased so much. It's like, can you imagine? You know, this is going to be way out of the ordinary, but Tommy Heinsohn and his favorite '60s Celtics playing in the NBA today. It's like, that guy just ran right by Havlicek. John Havlicek. He looks like a pillar of salt. What in the fuck is going on out here?
Take a drag off the cigar, too, while you do.
No, I mean, it's like Bill Russell. He can't rebound.
Well, safeties, I mean, linebackers run like safeties and defensive backs. Defensive linemen run like linebackers did. I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
Jerry Lucas is in slow motion. What in the hell's going on out here?
Wow.
Somebody make a stop. John Havlicek is nonstop motion, but he's not moving. Everything's faster now. Bernie would never even have a job in the NFL today because
maybe an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want to talk about a guy who could process things before the snap. He knew where the blitzes were coming from, and he was very accurate. Even though he had a very odd sidearm kind of delivery, he was very accurate. And this is accurate, And if you look at both of their completion percentages, not that good.
They weren't good at all.
And supposedly Shedeur was one of the most accurate collegiate quarterbacks. He threw like 70% completions. Now, keep in mind, he had the Heisman Trophy winner as one of his receivers, who is far and away better than anything we have on the field as far as a pass catcher. But still, that was only one guy. So I mean,
I don't doubt the accuracy.
yeah.
Looks like when you try to get the ball to the receivers, it looks like they were there
It's
for
just,
them.
I just think he was the blitzes and stuff. That's stuff that you can't figure out. And then you have people like Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton on the other side of the field, who are probably Hamilton. Although he got hurt, I don't know if you saw that towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
But I
came
mean,
back in, though.
he's right up there with Myles Garrett as a game disruptor. He's one of the top guys out there.
And Quincy Carrier has about 50,000 subscribers. So let me get this straight. He doesn't know me and he's never heard of me. Okay. Oh, boy.
Oh, well. We can talk Cavs tomorrow, I guess.
We'll see about that. And Kevin is assessing basically what became of Mary Kay Cabot's body over the course. It's called gravity.
Well, she's like 60 years old, man. She was
Yes,
a
she is.
cheerleader at Lakewood I back in the 80s.
She's
No, I'm not making that up.
She's dry. And Rick brings up a good point. I mean, it's always 16, 17 points, and
That's
good night, everybody. Yeah. God.
63.
What's
Yeah.
63?
Mary Kay will be
Okay.
64 next month.
Wow. Well, I mean, she's looking good for 63.
Yeah, hell yeah.
64.
Good for her.
I mean, who else is going to blow Haslam?
Oh, this show is just gone. It's just gone. Even by my weak standards, it's gone.
Hot Tua.
Fuck, look.
I was gonna say maybe his son-in-law could do it.
Oh my God.
It's like 1:15 in the morning here. I'm not talking that loudly in case I wake people up or cats up. The last thing I wanted is
Aren't you glad you stayed up for this debacle?
Yeah.
Well,
Everybody,
I don't know why I do it. I don't know why any of us do.
we
this.
have a streak
Why do we do it?
because we punish ourselves. I don't know.
It is
I've been
like
doing
that-
this for 24 years, and I'm like a criminal. It's
Yeah,
like,
well, you're addicted to being on doing this podcast. It's
I don't want to give up on something, but there'll come a day. And but I still think I have something to say. Not that any viewers want to hear it or watch it, but I have something to say. Oh God,
you're like the opiate of the Browns masses.
that's right. I'm the guy who's allegedly supposed to talk you off the ledge and make you laugh after another disaster.
Exactly. It's our mental health break. It keeps us from taking
there's
the gas
Kopaz.
break.
Kopaz wants to go for a walk.
Yeah, I'm the foul-mouthed court jester. That's
There you go.
my job.
Well,
All right.
do you got to do an impression for me? Like do either Peter Alice or Dick Goddard or somebody.
Banner.
Can you do Dorothy full time?
Dorothy part-time.
Full-time.
That's too old for people to
Yeah,
remember, and Peter Alice is too old for people to remember.
He is now. He's
Joe Banner isn't.
being dead. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he doesn't talk. He sort of talks, but.
I'm just laughing my ass off because I know what smells. It's Kevin Stefanski ass. I'm knocking these out of the park, aren't I?
It's still on.
Oh my God. So at any rate, I got to get out of here.
else?
I got to get out of here. I'm done. I put
Yeah.
my time in today. So, but we will be back tomorrow. Anything that wants to be said can be said tomorrow. I got to go.
Can I make a final-
it happen.
One little thing to say.
Yeah.
This will probably be the last Browns postgame I join you for, at least for about a month, because I'm going on vacation to Australia end of the week.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
wow.
Yeah, you said that you were
Yes.
going to Australia.
So what you're saying is they play so bad you're leaving the country. Is that what we're saying?
No, my cousin's getting married. That's why.
Really? That's wonderful.
Yes.
We're in Melbourne.
Yes.
Oh, good for you. That'll be a lot of fun for you.
It's the
You know.
perfect time to be in
it'll be-
Australia. It's summer.
Well, this will be my third time going.
And they're letting you back in?
I
They
know.
may
It's
not let
surprising,
them
right?
back in. Yeah, they may not let them back into America though. That's the thing.
All right.
You know,
Well,
here's the
keep up.
15-hour time.
Send me some text and let me know you're okay. All right.
Well, it's interesting what Eds did now. Okay, they changed something up the way the chat works. So for some
they
reason,
call
I can
it
access
chat.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason it works better through the desktop, but when I send you something through the phone, I can't see your responses.
Really?
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know why.
All I know is the desktop, I get both views. I'm getting your phone view and your
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm
I
getting
sent that to you.
your vertical and
Messenger.
horizontal.
Well, what's really funny is that's not the case because there are two. If you go to Move Head Radio after the program, and if you want to watch the thing in its entirety, there are two different feeds. One is the vertical and one is the horizontal. So I don't know why it's showing both, but hey, two of me's got to be twice as bad.
It's taking up a lot of screen, just let's say.
Oh, go on now. Hurt me.
Thank God I'm not on camera.
All right, guys.
It'll be a 15-hour time difference for me.
I appreciate
Well,
you guys coming in here and helping me out. I got to go. I got to check on my wife. She's post-surgical, and I got to do that. But everybody, you know I love you, and I thank you very much. I love you, Cleveland. I love you guys. Just like the guys in prison. I loved them.
Oh, bets are
Oh,
off.
boy.
Bet on that.
You know, I'm just wondering what it would have sounded like right at the moment of insertion. Oh!
Well, that should get me through to tomorrow.
We've hit a new low.
I can't. I gotta go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow at the usual time, 5:00 Eastern Standard Time. Until then, hasta la vista, Pastor Heads. Good night.